I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast.
There's a picture of Erica Kirk with a ponytail, and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before, and she was with that man in the lobby. And that man,
Charlie Kirk didn't need internet trolls to tell him something felt off with Erica. The doubt had already been there, but a leaked audio recording finally dragged it into the open. According to recently surfaced audio, Erica may have been seeing her ex behind Charlie's back. There are alleged conversation records that line up far too perfectly with timelines Charlie's parents had reportedly been questioning for months. And this is where everything changes. Instead of keeping it private, Charlie's parents stepped in and pushed for one thing that shifted the entire situation: a DNA test. Because, according to people close to the family, Charlie had already been asking those same questions himself. Now everyone is asking what Charlie was afraid to ask out loud. If Erica was lying about the affair, what else wasn't adding up?
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another.
Now, before we get into why this leaked when it did, and why Charlie's parents are suddenly refusing to stay quiet, we need to look at where the foundation really began to crack. Because Erica didn't just lie once, she built an entire image around a version of her past that Charlie never fully bought into. For years, Erica told the same story to anyone who would listen. Pure. Godly. Disciplined. A woman who supposedly didn't date, didn't party, didn't fool around, someone who simply met the love of her life, married him, stayed home, and devoted herself to family. But Charlie never fully believed it. He noticed the gaps in her story, the vague timelines, the details that shifted depending on who was asking. He felt something was off, he just never had the proof. That changed when Erica's ex allegedly leaked explicit photos placing her in New York, openly living a single life that directly contradicted everything she'd ever claimed. As many people already know, Erica appeared on Season 3 of Bravo's Summer House. Filming took place in August 2018, in New York City bars in the Hamptons, and the footage shows her drinking, socializing, and living completely outside the persona she later insisted was her truth. That immediately raised a simple question: if it was all harmless, why lie so aggressively about it? And once people started pulling that thread, the inconsistencies piled up fast. Suddenly, Charlie's quiet suspicions didn't look paranoid anymore. This is where a pattern begins to emerge. Erica didn't just rewrite her past, she never truly closed the door on it. Long before Charlie ever entered the picture, she was publicly involved with multiple men, even while later insisting that chapter of her life never existed. And this wasn't casual dating. One of those relationships was with Tyler J.T. Massey, a professional baseball player she openly adored. In an Arizona Foothills magazine interview, Erica didn't hold back. She called JT her favorite human, her best friend, and her incredible boyfriend. And that attachment didn't quietly disappear. For years, many believed Erica and JT were engaged. No official marriage records ever surfaced, but engagement-style photos of the two later went viral, reopening questions she clearly didn't want revisited. But the footage that sent everything sideways came from a Trump rally in 2015. In the video, Erica is standing beside a man, with a young girl positioned between them. When the internet slowed the clip down, people began connecting dots Erica had worked overtime to erase, especially the striking resemblance the girl bore to JT. And then came the detail that changed how people viewed everything. In the same frame, standing in the bleachers, was Tyler Bohr. The same Tyler who would later introduce Erica to Charlie. The same Tyler who is now deeply embedded within TPUSA leadership. That coincidence didn't sit right. Because now the question wasn't just about exes, it was about how Erica was moving through the same political circles long before she ever claimed to meet Charlie. And whether she truly healed from those past relationships, or simply rebranded and kept moving forward. Which makes people wonder, when Erica finally stood in front of Charlie, presenting herself as an untouched, pious Christian woman ready for marriage, was that faith, or just another strategy. And this is where the story stops looking like misunderstandings and starts feeling deliberate. Erica didn't marry Charlie because of a whirlwind romance. She married him because it was time to settle down, to rebrand, and to move closer to power. This is the part she consistently leaves out when telling their love story, her connection to Tyler Bohr, and how nothing about meeting Charlie was accidental.
And that was until I hosted the first Trump rally in Trump rally history right here in Arizona in 2015. I got a call from Miss Erica Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president at that first rally.
As many of you probably know, Bohr stepped into the COO role at TPUSA in 2017. Not long after that, he arranged what was presented as a professional job interview between Erica and Charlie, an interview that somehow turned into their first date. But here's the problem. Just before that introduction ever happened, Erica wasn't single. She wasn't searching. And she definitely wasn't living the quiet, disciplined life she later claimed. At the time, she was actively dating Kat Phillips. Kat is a senior editor at the Daily Wire, working directly under Ben Shapiro, the same figure Charlie would later openly clash with over Israeli sponsors Charlie claimed were targeting him. That connection alone raised eyebrows. But the timeline made it even more suspicious. One of Kat's old tweets from September 2017 resurfaced, showing him and Erica on a painting date, confirming they were together during the exact period Erica later described as untouched by dating. It gets more uncomfortable. Photos from that same window show Kat and Charlie moving in the same social circles, including images from a basketball game. That detail makes Erica's claim that she randomly met Charlie a year later start to unravel fast. Because once you accept that Erica was dating Kat while being introduced to Charlie through Tyler Bohr, it becomes clear why Charlie never fully believed her story. This is where it turns personal. Once the timelines started lining up, Charlie never confronted Erica with accusations. Instead, insiders say he quietly pulled back. From that point on, the marriage changed. Charlie became more guarded, more controlled about what he shared, and noticeably more cautious with decisions involving the kids. Not paranoid, deliberate. Because when you realize someone may have carefully curated their entire identity just to get close to you, you start questioning everything that came with it. Charlie also made sure his parents were consistently around the kids. Not just as grandparents, but as an added layer of stability. People noticed it at the time but didn't understand why. Now it makes sense. He didn't want the kids isolated inside a version of reality he no longer trusted. He wanted witnesses, consistency, and family members who knew his side of the story and could see what was unfolding in real time. And that shift wasn't subtle. Charlie began structuring his life as if he were preparing for something, even if he never said it out loud. This is where everything escalates. Now that Charlie isn't here to push this narrative himself, his parents have taken up the fight. According to people close to the family, they have allegedly demanded DNA tests. After everything that's surfaced, the lies, the overlapping timelines, the unanswered questions, they no longer trust Erica's word on anything, including the most sensitive question of all. What makes this even heavier is why they're doing it now. Charlie may have carried suspicions while he was alive, but his parents are the ones left with the responsibility. And they're not willing to protect a narrative if it puts the kids at risk. Here's the part that has people uneasy. There are growing rumors that if the DNA tests confirm the children are Charlie's, his parents are prepared to pursue full custody. That changes the stakes entirely. Because now this isn't just about exposing Erica's past, it's about whether Charlie's parents believe the kids are safe with her. And the fact that they're even considering that move tells you how little trust remains. So now everything hangs on results no one can spin. If the DNA confirms what Charlie quietly suspected, this story doesn't end with leaked tapes or old photos. It turns into a custody battle that tears the marriage apart after the fact. And if it doesn't, then Charlie spent his final years living with doubts that were never answered. Either way, the image Erica sold is already gone. What's left is a paper trail, a family that no longer trusts her, and children caught in the middle of questions that should have been settled long ago. Charlie never went public with his suspicions. He never got the chance to confront them head-on. But now his parents are forcing the truth into the open, whether anyone is ready for it or not. Thanks for watching the video.